Morning. This is where we stopped last night. I forgot to do the video thing, so there's 5 camper van spots, so there's 6 maybe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 camper van spots. There's 3 of us on these. It's just a car park, it's just got rubbish, nothing else. We're going a full distance of about 4 miles to a more secure car park, and then we're going to cycle into Nijmegen, which is about 7 or 8 kilometres, 10 kilometres I think, something like that. Hopefully the weather's going to stay off. We'll see. Okay, this is where we're stopping. This is our park up for the night. We're in the middle of an orchard. It's a fruit farm where we're staying. Just gives us a bit more security and such like. So on a bit of an hard standing, we've got electric and thing, but the apples, God, they look good. They do look good. Yeah. But you're on the mud there.
No, but yeah, it's apples.
Yeah. Okay. So where are we heading? Where do you empty toilet then? Okay, so that's not on here.
Yeah, so that bit there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where you come up there as well.
All right. Okay. Morning. So these are all, I mean, look at them apples. There are beauties there. It's obviously a very busy farm.
Yeah, that way.
There's
water,
so we can toilet emptying and such like there. That's your fresh water onto there. Do your toilet there, look, and wash your dishes over there. Where's the toilets? And showers.
Yeah. And you off showers.
Yeah.
I've paired.
And we need.
If you have a look at the shape.
No, they're apples down.
Right, look at the shape of them. Look at that on the floor. What's that?
Oh, it's a pear.
Apologise?
I apologise.
The pears, darling. Look,
Well,
pear.
I'll tell you, they look like apples.
They
to
do,
me.
I know, but I looked on the floor and they're all pears.
Oh, must be a type of pear. Yeah.
A pear shape, unless a pear shaped apple.
Who knows? But wow,
No, it knows.
look like apples to
I
me.
know they do, but the pear shapes
But
are
whatever they
all-
are, the big ones. But the pears that are down there, yeah. But they're yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I think you might be right.
I'm always right down.
Okay, so we're going to go and have a look across here.
That big apple, right?
This is you can buy fruit and all sorts from here.
Yeah, that's the shop.
There's a shop,
That's me coming from.
cafe, restaurant, I think, and then toilets are.
Keep going, there's a cool table. And that's Nico on the floor. That was just a bit. Look at this table, it's an apple.
Pardon?
It's an apple table.
Oh yeah. Wow. Oh, toilets and things are in. So men's and ladies. They've even got ponies. Anyway, I need to go to the loo now. Okay, this is the memorial. Now I'm not sure if it's here where he actually comes to salute. We keep struggling with which bridge it actually is. So is it that one? It's kind of looking like it's going to be that one. Anyway, this is a Val Crossing bridgehead, killed in action, died of wounds, September 1944. And there's a list of those on there. There's quite a few that were Americans. It's the US 82nd Airborne Division, at the Val Crossing, 20th September 1944. The 504 Parachute Infantry, 307th Engineers, 376th PFABN, in cooperation with the 505 Par Infantry Guards Armoured Division. So this is the memorial to it. So I do know that there's a bridge further down there, and I'm not sure which one it is. So there's a possibility that it's actually this one. We'll have to check that out later. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, this is what they call the face of Nijmegen.
Hello.
So there's Christine. Look, you can go. I'm wondering if you can actually see the poppies better from there.
I can't see what it is.
You can't. Okay, we'll come up and have a look.
Like that.
So we'll have a look from there. That bridge there. This bridge, that bit's quite new, but that bridge there was the bridge that they were trying to protect. So it was this one. This one in front of us is a new one, but the railway bridge over there was the other one. So this is inside the face of Nijmegen, is what it's called. And then this is what it's looking at. So I don't know if I can. I'll tell you what I'm going to try and do. I don't know whether this is going to work, but this is a desperate try. See if you can see. Now I'm not sure whether I managed to get that angle. I couldn't see anything at all, so that was a bit more luck than judgment, I think. Yeah, so yeah, that's the face of Nijmegen. And I'm going to go down and have a look at, try and have a look at these poppies. I'll do this first and I'll come back. So we'll drop down onto here. I think they're poppies. That we'll see. So they're not poppies. They're definitely not poppies. But yeah, like Christine said, I'm going to have to put this up in the air so we can try and make out what it is. I don't even know which way up it's supposed to go. So I'm assuming the blue bit is at the top. So that's it. So if I do this, hopefully you should be able to see that. I'll walk around it, maybe it'll come into focus of what it actually is. Try it from different angles. We're trying. So
it's a bird, I think.
Is it?
Wings, tail.
Is it? Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. Christy seems to think it's a bird, but it's difficult to tell from down here, but I think he's actually right, because yes, it is a bird. So here's its wings, its body. Okay, this is its head. So I'm presuming it's a bird of peace. So that would be, is it an olive branch a bird of peace carries? So that would be the thing there. You can see now when I hold it that is a bird. It is so difficult to tell from here. So if I go back round here, back to here, at this point, you should be able to pick that out now. So if I put that up like that, Christine thinks it should be from more from here.
Yeah, you're 30 right there.
Yeah. So there. Not sure how much of that you managed to see, but there you go. I've got it at full stretch now, so hopefully you managed to see that. It's really difficult to get. I've just read a little bit about this head. This is well, obviously an increased in size version of the there was a real mask sort of helmet like this. It was dredged out of this river in 1915. It's apparently a fantastic artifact that's in the museum and was worn by some sort of soldier 2,000 years ago. Anyway, I'm just going to go down and have a look at this to see what this is all about. So I think this is probably something that relates to the war. We'll go and have a read. Right. Oh. So I don't know if there's going to be anything in English on here. No. Oh, there is. It says this is a site of the Nijmegen rampart built in 1585 during the war against the Spaniards. It was from here that the Mauritius of Nassau, commander of the state troops, drove the Spaniards out of the city of Nijmegen. A year later, archaeologist studies revealed the brick foundations of the gateway, which are now above the ground. 4 poles in the water symbolise the poles of the drawbridge. So that is where the drawbridge was, and this was part of the rampart or entrance into the fort. This is all that's left. So we'll line ourselves up. There we go. So, and then this was all part of the fort. Okay, we may get into Nijmegen town now. Nice little old town. On there we're going to head for the church, which I think if we can get through this archway, so it's just behind these buildings, but look at that, really nice. Oh,
No, it's a birthday.
for me, oh, it must be her birthday. Oh. Yeah. Oh, there's a skywalk as well. I think Christine might be interested in. We're going to have a look anyway, see if we can get into St Stephen. Come through the archway. Look at that, for a building. So at the back of the church, this is where we're trying to get into, which is St Stephen's. They're obviously doing it up, and they've put a few pictures on the outside. Is it going to be open, and how much are they going to charge us? So we'll see. We'll see.
This day, the town council decides whether the ring is sound or the bells may ring. Under Protestant rule, the church becomes even more austere. The beautiful and striking Königs organ is painted dark. The church is now Dutch Reformed. The centuries take a lot. The church is in a lousy state as it has been neglected for a long time. In a preservation report, the architect writes, all the original window fillings have disappeared and been replaced by cast iron windows fitted with plain window glass, which greatly disfigure the church building. The church is in need of restoration. But then it becomes war. Allied bombs fall on Nijmegen. The city is on fire. 773 people are killed in the process. A bomb hits the Stevenstoren and crashes down on top of the Zuiderkapel. The damage is enormous, but again, not irreparable. The Stevens Church is the symbol of the city's rebuilding and revival. It must and will rise again from its ashes. The Steven Tower has been completed, admittedly with a concrete structure and 3 meters higher than the old version, but otherwise the tower has been exactly rebuilt. The love for the tower runs deep with the people of Nijmegen. Right after the war, building materials are in short supply everywhere, so restoration takes a long time. The interior changes a lot. Beautiful medieval paintings emerge from under the whitewash, and a new statue of our patron saint Stephen is made. Sculptors and stonemasons from different countries work together. Rebuilding the city takes much longer. The cannon houses and the Nijmegen lower town are rebuilt. "750 years after Albertus Magnus blessed the Stevenskerk, the Stevenstoren proudly pierces the sky. Now much more than a church, the Stevenskerk is still the
That you forget about the fact that we bombed it and these were our allies, and you kind of forget things like that, I suppose. The new Van Limburg. You see how there are no stained glass windows, look. How long you started? It's hard to believe that he kind of left to go to rack and ruin, and then it's only in recent times that it's been restored. So. It's a cracking little organ, that one. A cracking little organ. These are deeply carved in the floor. I must admit. And this is the new floor, and that's obviously the old floor. That's a bit strange. They sit around and watch it from there. Wow, now that is an organ. That is a proper organ. So it was painted black then originally. Not originally. It's back in its full glory now. Look at that. Amazing. Not sure about what's flying overhead. Oh, that was another little organ here. Look at that one. I don't know if you can hear the aircraft flying overhead. Strange. That organ is spectacular. I think there's a cafe. It's obviously setting up for something. It's going to be going on. You can do a skywalk on this, which I'm assuming is we can walk up the thing. So we'll probably be doing that. Very different church to be in this one. A pulpit, look. Yeah, it's quite fantastic. Different. I'm gonna go and do the skywalk, which I think means climbing stairs to the top of the church to get up on the roof. I think. So hopefully that will give us some good views. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, we're climbed the skywalk, which is the scaffolding here. Allows us to walk and have a look on the roof. This is St. Stephen's, so this is our view so far. Ooh, I tell you what, it's a bit of a climb. That wasn't particularly high, but it was weren't as easy as what I thought it was going to be. Look at the roof. Slate and the lead work. Wow. So, and up some more steps. Hey? Yeah.
Whew. So, there we are. Believe it or not, there's a lift as well. Never mind. Let's have a look. So these are the two bridges that the Allies tried to take. So it's this one, which is a railway bridge, and that one, which was the road bridge. And what they had to do was cross down there where that third bridge is with boats, finished up taking them further downriver, then come all the way around on this north side and take the bridges from the opposite side. So I think it was quite a tough feat, and that basically because it was heavily protected on this side. So I think the Germans would have thought that everybody was coming from, if they were going to come, they'd be coming from the south north, not dropping in on the thing. But what I don't get is if they were paratroopers and they were dropped at the south side, why weren't they dropped on the north side? Unless they didn't have the information about the bridges in the first place. Who knows? But look at that. So that was all destroyed during the war again, and then rebuilt. I think it said it's 3 meters higher than what it was originally. So yeah, very good.
En daar die bruggen op, die spoordingen.
This comes down in a couple of weeks' time, so this has only been up temporary for the summer. But, wow. Great view over the city. Fantastic. Look at the rope on the hooks what's been put up there, so I presume it's so you could climb up. I have no idea what else they're for, them hooks on that roof. You won't get me working on this roof, never in a month of Sundays. That there, I think they say that's 3 meters higher than what it was originally when they built it that way. And look at the chimney. Very cool. Very good. Right, let's do some photos.
From whatever angle you look, like a beacon, the tower shines on the horizon, proudly reaching above the houses. For more than 750 years, the Stevenskerk graces the silhouette of Nijmegen. The history of the church takes us to the mid-13th century. In the centuries that followed, she was frequently remodeled, enriched, and decorated. She has often suffered. She has been besieged, shelled, destroyed, humiliated. Its resilience is great. After every thump, residents roll up their sleeves to rebuild it. The story of this imposing church goes hand in hand with the history of the city. In the 12th and 13th centuries, Nijmegen grew into an imposing city on the river Waal, capital of the Gelder quarter of Nijmegen, the land between the great rivers. Gelder flourishes. Merchants organize themselves into guilds. Many ships moor under the watchful eye of the Valkhof castle. The city grows. It must be bigger and more imposing. Count Otto of Gelre wants to expand the castle at Valkhof, which means the parish church there has to give way. He has a new church built in the most beautiful spot we can think of, in the heart of the city, close to heaven, at the highest point, on top of the Bundeswehr, the place where we stand today. Building a church requires a lot from the city, 20 years of hard work. People carry stones across the river. They are dragged and people use them to build walls. Finally, a church arises atop the hill without a tower. The inauguration is a big party. The city is buzzing. Everyone tries to catch a glimpse of Albertus Magnus, the auxiliary bishop of Cologne. He has come to Nijmegen to bless the church in person. The church receives its name, St. Stephen's. Years after the consecration of the church, a robust tower also literally towers over everything. It watches over the city, defines its face, shows its pride. County Gelre plays a distinguished role within Europe. Counts fought wars to protect or conquer territories. The Roman German Emperor Louis the Bavarian elevated the county of Gelre to a duchy. This church also grows with changing times. Its appearance changes from a Romanesque to a Gothic church. Thanks to the nave, it looks like a cross basilica from heaven. Nijmegen grows into the most powerful and richest city in Gelre. It is the gateway to the German hinterland, and trade flourishes here as never before. It swarms, thrives, bustles. Merchants make money like water. Artisans unite in guilds. Brewers, the weavers, the painters, the bakers. They all want their own altar, which of course has to be decorated as beautifully as possible to please God, but of course also to make others eyes water. Soon the church is bursting at the seams. To provide a home for all the altars, it has to expand. A disaster. The church tower is gnawed by fire. Fortunately, the flames bite into the stone walls. Otherwise, I am sure the whole church would have been lost. The city's most important documents are in a chest, and it is safe in the sacristy. The church tower is rebuilt and given a taller, long, narrow spire. Catherine of Bourbon dies. The wife of the Duke of Gelre and mother of Philippa, and only 1.5-year-old Charles of Gelre, who will become the last Duke of Gelre. 29 is Catherine the day she lets go of life. Of course, she wants to be buried here, in her own Stevenskerk. Her last wish is for St. Stephen's Church to become a chapter church, with its own clergy, canons. They are attached to this parish to pray daily for her salvation. The Pope gives his blessing. The church now becomes a collegiate church. For the umpteenth time, St. Stephen's is rebuilt. The canons are given their own choir stalls on the high choir. Especially for them, small canon houses are built all around, close to the church. The church gets a monumental transept and a beautiful south portal in late Gothic style. Charles of Gelre, the son of Catherine, is the new Duke of Gelre. A staunch Catholic, he takes Stephen's Church to his heart. He honors his mother with a mausoleum right above the crypt. He himself is later buried in the Eusebius Church in Arnhem. Little is spared our church. Lightning destroys the tower again. The people of Nijmegen are in sackcloth and ashes. Rebuilding costs tons of money, but it has to be done. Town and church council join hands. They collect through the doors. They also levy excise duty on jugs of wine and sell land to finance rebuilding. Again, the tower is being built up. The 80 Years' War. Maurice of Nassau fires cannons at Nijmegen. Our church tower is shot to pieces. The new Protestant religious doctrine is harshly imposed. Nijmegen cannot escape an iconoclasm. The richly colored walls are whitewashed. The once lavishly decorated church is battered, taking on an austere and hushed appearance. The tower is rebuilt in Dutch Renaissance style. This is what our church still looks like today. The Protestant City Council orders a richly decorated wooden pulpit from a famous woodcarver from Amsterdam, because the interior needs a bit more cachet. The two wooden draft portals are given the same style, creating a chic entrance. "12 new brass candle crowns are to illuminate the church, an expensive purchase paid for from the pockets of guilds and officials." French armies thunder into the country and take Nijmegen. Our church becomes Catholic again and redecorated with altarpieces, statues of saints. A turbulent time. City and country are plundered. But then peace comes. Here in the city they signed a treaty, the Peace of Nijmegen. This ends the hostilities between the Republic of the Seven United Netherlands and the Kingdom of France. After the departure of the French, the Steven Square becomes Protestant again. For Gelderland, the peace is disastrous. The province loses its self-government to Stadtholder William III of Orange, who appoints his own friends as the new city council of Nijmegen. Unrest remains between the citizens of Gelderland and the Stadtholder of Orange. Citizens want more say in government, but Stadtholder William V does not want to share his power. William V and his wife Wilhelmina of Prussia retreat to the Valkhof Castle. When the Stadtholder goes to church service in the Stevenskerk, he sits on the pew with the coats of arms of Gelder and Nijmegen above his head. We now call this pew the Prince's Pew. In the same period, Cologne organ builder Ludwig König makes a new organ commissioned by the Nijmegen City Council. 3,600 pipes in the coat of arms of Nijmegen, proudly at the front of the organ case. In Western Europe, unrest reigns between citizens and nobility. People want to say. In France, revolution breaks out. A few years later, the French armies rule here again. Hard times. Thousands of French soldiers are billeted with Nijmegen citizens. Signs of class society are removed everywhere. Here in the church, the coats of arms disappear. Family coats of arms are chiseled off the tombstones. Tombstones are turned over, and the immense Valkhof Castle, paragon of noble power, is demolished. The city is left destitute. The people are overjoyed that the French are leaving again. By royal decree, the church becomes Protestant. The tower remains property of the municipality. To this day, The town council decides when the pavilion may stand or the bells may ring. Under Protestant rule, the church becomes even more austere. The beautiful and striking Königsorgel is painted dark. The church is now Dutch Reformed. The centuries take hold. The church is in a lousy state as it has been neglected for a long time. In a preservation report, the architect writes, all the original window fillings have disappeared and been replaced by cast iron windows fitted with plain window glass, which greatly disfigure the church building. The church is in need of restoration. But then it becomes war. Allied bombs fall on Nijmegen. The city is on fire. 773 people are killed in the process. A bomb hits the Stevenstoren and crashes down on top of the Zuiderkapel. The damage is enormous, but again, not irreparable. The Stevens Church is the symbol of the city's rebuilding and revival. It must and will rise again from its ashes. The Stephen Tower has been completed, admittedly with a concrete structure and 3 meters higher than the old version, but otherwise the tower has been exactly rebuilt. The love for the tower runs deep with the people of Nijmegen. Right after the war, building materials are in short supply everywhere, so restoration takes a long time. The interior changes a lot. Beautiful medieval paintings emerge from under the whitewash, and a new statue of our patron saint Stephen is made. Sculptors and stonemasons from different countries work together. Rebuilding the city takes much longer. The cannon houses and the Nijmegen lower town are rebuilt. 750 years after Albertus Magnus blessed Stevenskerk, the Stevenstoren proudly pierces the sky. Now much more than a church, Stevenskerk is still the heart of the city, swaying with the waves of time. It has withstood centuries. Even now, the church has to meet new demands. Not religion, but social connection is the focus from now on. And who knows what will be required of her again in the future. The story of a church and the history of a city, it is never finished.
What about that for like a kind of a cenotaph type thing? That's for 1940, 1945 for the soldiers that fell fighting for freedom. That's quite a good monument, that. I like that. Really good. This is just in one of the... we're in the main shopping precinct at the moment. This is the Arsenal at Nijmegen. So we're going to have a look inside. I think it's a shopping centre, we think. Looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Not quite what I was hoping for. Never mind. Right then, on to other things. Okay, we're back on the waterfront. In a bit of a walk along, and we're here to see this, which is the labyrinth. So we'll walk that. I'm going to find where it starts. and we'll walk our way in. It reminds me of
We can see it from high up.
pardon?
We put it high up so we can see it from high up.
Yeah. I think Christine says you need to see it
I
from
want to see it from high up.
high up. So there you go. I'm hoping you got that. So we'll follow the labyrinth. Well, I'll keep the camera on for that. So it reminds me of, there's a similar thing to this at near Wintringham. So I think it's a really old one. I'm trying to think what they call it. It's oh, I can't remember. Who knows? Anyway, we're going to walk the labyrinth. So what kind of weaves you in and out is what they usually do. So you end up going backwards and forwards. They are what they are. So I think one side weaves you out and the other side weaves you in, I think. Aye. Oh, why? Yeah, and a speedboat on it as well. About a car and a speedboat on there. Yeah. I think they could fill this up with water by the looks of it, or it's got like an overflow thing on it. Plenty of smoke has been round here. Yeah, like an overflow pipe, a couple of pipes on it. I think I'll jump now till we get to the middle. So we walked away around Julian's Bower, they call the one that's cut into the like ground. Apparently it's been there a long time, hundreds of years, and they just keep trimming it, keep digging it out, making sure it stays there. Julian's Bower near Wintringham. Right, so there we are. We've just found this back garden that you're allowed to walk through, and look at these, all these bird boxes. They're fantastic, and a Pinocchio one as well. Brilliant. I think that's the Blues Brothers, isn't it? Laurel and Hardy. Brilliant. Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, very different. Leads us to Jacob's Chapel. Apparently it's one of the things to see here in Nijmegen. We walked past it once and we didn't even know. I don't think it's open though, but it is part of the can't remember what they call it now. Campanile de Composta. I know that because of the shell on the door. Yeah. Yeah. No. Never mind. Look at that for a cheese shop. How fantastic is that? All the different cheeses. Hey. We've just been walking up and through and around town. There's
Oh, bikes up there, aren't they?
you know, yeah. So like Christine said, our bikes are up there. So we're back where the water flows through the town. Don't walk that way around.
Yeah.
So we're kind of killing time a little bit. We've been a bit disappointed with Nijmegen. It's we've seen everything that on the list that we've got to see, and we're just killing time now. We've got a few hours to kill.
For what?
We're going to have a look inside this modern church, St. Peter's they call this one. I think it looks like it's more of a, wow, very modern. I think we've got the crucifixion again. Modern stained glass windows. Very modern church. That's different, that stained glass window. And an organ. It's very modern. Very, very modern church. I think that's prayer. Oh, no exit that way. This is, if you look at the shoes that are up above on there, look, and the lines of them. We'll go down and have a look. So, not like the UK where you just get the odd one thrown over. These go right the way down the street. There's loads of them. Oh, just look at Christine who's taking a few pictures, but I'm not going to go down and do all of them, but I'm sure you could see on the way down the street there's all these shoes chucked over. It's a bit different. We're back at the memorial now, and somebody's been and planted these flowers which weren't there before. These were a couple of photos and such like that were on here. They were there before, but those flowers weren't. Look really nice. Anyway, we're going to make our way now across the bridge and get ready for this walk. We're at the bridge. We're just about to walk across it to get to the start point. I'll read you what this says. It says the city bridge de Oversteek, which means the crossing, opened in 2013. The location of the bridge marks the exact spot where the Allied crossing of the River Wyle took place during Operation Market Garden. At the end of World War II, on September the 20th, 1944 to 1948, on September the 20th, 1944, 48 American soldiers of the 82nd Airborne Division lost their lives during this military operation. Every day at the onset of darkness, that crossing is repeated, but now with light. At sunset, the 48 lampposts between the two shores turn on one by one at the pace of a slow march. This turns the bridge into both an evocative and tranquil, subtle monument to the heroic crossing of the River Wyle. So the Wyle Monument, which is over there, it says in front of you down on the Oosthuisdijk is the Wyle Monument. It was built in 1984. It consists of a sculpture by Marius van Beek and a stone with the names of the fallen soldiers from the 82nd Airborne Division. The artwork marks the spot where the troops went across the dike after their courageous river crossing. So what's that? Okay. Behind you is the 48th and final lamppost of the artwork light crossing. So that is this one, I think, or that one. This one, it says behind you, which will be that one. This lamppost is the end point of the Sunset March, an initiative by the veterans of Pertu. Every evening there is someone who walks alongside the 48 lights on the bridge as they are switched on. So there's 48 lights from here going all the way across the bridge there. And this is where it ends. So we're going to go to the start point. Okay, it says from this spot paratroopers from the 3rd and 1st Battalion 504th Regiment of the 82nd Airborne Division, with the aid of C Company 307th AEB and forward observers of the 376th PFAB, fearlessly crossed the Wyle River in vulnerable boats on September the 20th, 1944. Many did not reach the other side. The survivors succeeded in securing the bridges on the north bank. Nijmegen could now be liberated. We salute their heroism. And there's what would have been a picture of what they would have done. So I think once they got across that bit to this bit, maybe, I don't know if it's easier or what, I have no idea. Anyway, who knows that knows. But these barges are fantastic. The tug pushing them is 1, 2, was it 2, 4, 6 barges at the minute, and then there'll be a vehicle pushing them along. Well, I say a vehicle, a boat. It's two barges, yeah, 2 barges. So side by side, 2, 4, 6 in total, and then at the back there, we saw him going the other way, be a Haven 10. It's a bit strange, he's fully laden now. He was empty before when he went up. He's full now. If you look at the video earlier, they were well out of the water. No idea what he's carrying. He's not moving quite as quickly as he was. Well, yeah. I think he just took 4 before. He's got 6 now. Unless, I think he was 3 by 3, wasn't he? Oh, was it 2, was it? Yeah. It's a cruise ship. Yeah, look. Nobody out on deck. Here's the memorial on this side we've just come down to, which says the Vaal Crossing. So it says the crossing of the Vaal. During Operation Market Garden there were heavy fighting in and around Nijmegen. In this battle the American airborne troops of the 82nd Airborne Division, who landed in Groesbeek and Oversal on the 17th September 1944, tried for 4 days to capture the traffic and the railway bridges over the River Vaal, which are those 2 bridges over there. The Germans managed to resist with great deal of improvisation. After the British Ground Army joined in on 19th September, a joint Allied attack took place. A decisive action on the 20th September 1944 was the crossing of American paratroopers over the River Vaal in canvas boats. In the absence of paddles, some soldiers had to use their rifle butts as paddles. After 4 hours of fierce fighting and many fatal casualties on both sides, including 48 Americans at the crossing, the paratroopers and the British tanks managed to capture both river crossing intact. Nijmegen was liberated. So, and then there's a route that's called the Liberation Route, which I think finishes at Arnhem, and up there are the people that are doing the walk, and they have this every night. So there are some British, it's going to be led by the Americans, and then there's some British troops, and there's a load of veterans as well. The veterans are the ones in the suits. There's about 18 of those. That's as many as you can have. I think there's 18 or 19 actually. There's 10 Americans and I don't know, half the British Army, I think. So anyway, we're going to go back up again now because that crossing shall start soon and we're just going to follow it. Okay, they're out of time. Look. You won't believe it, this is our RAF at the back. So
it is silence across the bridge. We are crossing in time for the lights. The lights are trying to represent how long it took to do this crossing. So please do not.
I don't know if you got that. He says that the lights are timed to the lights are timed to coincide with the time it took to actually do the crossing. So is what he said. Been led out by the Americans, and then the veterans there in the middle. Anybody who's served in any armed forces in anywhere for any country around the world can be a veteran. We've got another minute or so, about a minute and a half maybe.
All taking pictures.
Yeah. So I don't know whether that's right or not, what he said about it's supposed to represent the amount of time it took to actually do the crossing of the lights. I'm not really sure about that because I heard somebody else say that they're timed to come on as you go past them. So we'll see. it's our RAF that are representing us here. And the American soldiers up at the front, I bet there's a big difference between them marching and our shower of shit. We watched them do about 4 or 5 paces a minute ago and they were out of time. Anyway, we'll see.
We were never out of time marching the band. We're always in time.
See, even Christy and the band weren't marched in time. Anyway, our bikes are on the other side, so
They were.
yeah, well they were, yeah. So, just waiting for the lights to come on. So I think the lights come on over here first, and then once they come on, that's time for it to start. There's been over 3,800 of these. I can't remember what it is, 3,800 and Christine's going to have a look now.
988, 3988.
Oh, 3,988 crossings of this.
This is 3 minutes.
Okay.
Side,
46.
47 it said here.
Alright.
Okay.
I know that.
Something that starts it off.
Yeah, the light. I think the lights started, don't they? Is it? Do they start when the lights come on? When those lights
These
come on?
lights go on at once.
Yeah,
And that's
and
the
then
start.
One
That's
by
the start
one.
moment. And
Yeah.
from there, that's the first.
One by one.
You go pass by one light and it will click on.
Oh.
yeah.
So we actually should start at this pole.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Because when we're on, we still have to wait. And if there was in the front or something, the line was here, then they could walk right away and keep the same same speed.
Yes.
And so, yeah.
Is there a reason why they done that? Is it because there's
I think
so
it's,
many?
It may be a reason, but I think it's a stupid reason. Why not start here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That is one of the guys of Team 31. This guy in front.
Yes.
So you're not from here, right?
No, we're coming here to watch this.
We've just come to
Nijmegen.
Nijmegen just to watch this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Did
came
you know that
specific-
these guys are here? Or
Yes.
Well, we not these guys.
that
All
this
we
was
knew that
Sunset
this
marches,
happened.
yeah,
Yeah,
every
sunset
day.
every day.
That's right.
So we're in the
drove
camper
here.
van. So we thought when we are in the area of Nijmegen and it's not going to rain,
We'll come and watch it.
Yeah.
we'll come and watch.
That's one for me as well. If it was raining right now, I wasn't here.
Yes.
Unless I was veteran of the day, that was
Yeah.
different, yeah.
yesterday. I had to go because I'm assigned to it. So
Yeah. Are those fellas and are they all the veterans of the day then?
no, there's only just one.
Just one
veteran of-
person.
One person can be veteran of the day, and if this group comes more often here,
Yeah.
and they should choose another soldier, not the same as last time.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, so if they want, and their name will be on the site, will be there forever.
Okay. It can.
Now the lights are on.
Ah.
And now
yeah.
walk and go to the next one, and you will see 15 seconds each pole. Each pole goes on in
Okay.
another 15 seconds.
Is that a representation of anything? That time between them, or
Yeah, that's marching speed.
Okay.
Quite
Just-
fast, but not running.
okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope you got that, what he was telling us about it. So it's not particularly that, it's just marching speed, and it's not a slow march, it's an ordinary march. So even the Padre is keeping some time, if that's what he is. You can notice each of the lights coming on. Shut up now as a mark of respect. winter. Oh dear. I light up on both sides of the road as well. I don't even notice that. show him a little bit of panache, a little bit of proper marching now, is what he says. So we'll see how good they were, because I mean they were pretty awful marching across the bridge. To be fair, they were awful, embarrassing to watch. But I do remember Mark. I don't know if you remember Mark. But Mark said he only polished his boots for the first 6 weeks he was in the RAF. He said he never bothered again after that. Never had to. So anyway, we'll get these as they come down. It's a bit better.
stand in a place where great sacrifice was known. We stand in a place where shared values were recognised. We stand in a place where it was not a love of war that brought people together, but a recognition that the things that really matter in life must sometimes be fought for and almost always require that sacrifice. Freedom, peace, love. These things are not achieved lightly. So often they require hardship. But they are the things that make life worth living. And those sentiments are perhaps revealed most famously in the scriptures, in some verses taken from John's Gospel, which I'm sure you will all be very familiar with. John chapter 15, beginning at the 12th verse. This is my commandment, that you love one another, as I have loved you. No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. I do not call you servants, because a servant does not know the manner of his calling. But I have called you friends, because you now know everything that I have learned from the Father. You did not choose, but I chose you. And I appointed you to go and bear fruit, fruit that will last. So when the Father will give you whatever you want, when you live in such a way. And I am giving you this command: love one another. And so let us remember before God and command to his care and keeping those who have died for their country in war, those who we knew, those whose memory we treasure, and all who have lived and died in the service of justice, peace, and love. I'm now going to say the words of the exhortation, and after that we're going to move into 1 minute silence, which will be broken with the words of the Kohima epitaph, after which we will lay our wreaths. They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them. When you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow we gave our today.
Thank you on behalf of the 82nd Airborne Division. Thank you for keeping their memories alive. Our 48 brothers that died on this battleground 2 days. So I appreciate you and thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your continued efforts to never forget them. Thank you.
Well, this concludes the Sunset March. Thank you for joining. Hiermee is de Sunset March dus beëindigd.
Right line close. Right line close. Pull out!
on then.